Hey, how you doing? Hope everybody's awesome. A few people have asked me if you can create lens flares, look, the lens flare effect in Pixelmator. Yes, you can, and I'm going to show you how to do that today. So yeah, let's get over to Pixelmator and carry on. Just want to file, new. I'm going to do 1080 by 720. No reason. Why not? Why not, huh? Why not? And I'm just going to stretch my canvas out a little bit so I can see all the way around it. With my background layer there, I'm going to fill it with a gradient. You can use any gradient. This will just use your background color as the lens flare. So I'm going to use like a blue type, and I'm going to have it on radial as well. So I'm just going to fill my background layer with that color. It's one of my favorite colors. This I really like this color. And then I'm going to create a new layer and fill it with black. Go to my paint bucket and fill it with black. And then the blending mode of that layer, of that black layer, needs to be down on color dodge, right? And that will become apparent why soon. Get my grab tool. Okay, I'm going to make some text as well. So I'm just going to drop some text on here, just to put the lens flare behind something, because generally it would normally be behind writing. Yeah, let's go with that. So yeah, let's grab that lens flare and let's center that up, and then I'm going to fill this this text, and the way I do that is of my tile here, press command and then left click, and it'll select my text, create new layer, get some, what's this blue thing doing here? Let's have a look at that. I'm just going to fill that layer with blue, see what that's all about. Okay, yeah, that's quite effective, I suppose. Press command D on my keyboard to deselect. Now with this lower white layer, what I'm going to do, right click, convert into pixels, and I'm going to make that glow behind it by selecting the Gaussian blur and dropping it onto that lens flare, and make it blur like this. Just drag the Gaussian up and down. I don't want it too much, just a little bit. Okay, so yes, grab my selection tool, highlight my two text layers and just merge layers. So now I've got my, let me just get rid of that extra layer, I don't know why I've got that. So I've got my two text layers merged, my color dodge black layer and my background blue layer. Right, now I am going to make the lens flare. So I'm going to create a new layer. And what you need to do, because I've used a black color dodge background, I'm going to need a white radial, white into black radial gradient, right? And it's really simple to do. Just put the white up this left hand side and have the black down this right hand side. That's around 60 to 70% the black, and then about what, 30% your separator. And then on that new layer, select your gradient tool. Now this is the difficult bit. Select where you want your flare, your lens flare, sorry. And I want mine right about here, right? So I'm going to just make my lens flare like this, and then on that layer I'm going to select color dodge again. You'll see I have a slight lens flare behind. Now, am I entirely happy with the placement of that and the way it's turned out? Not really. So I just press command Z or command Z, command Z again, and do exactly the same but put it in a different place, right? So and I want it a little bit bigger. So then go over to my blending, color dodge again, and that's a little bit better. I'm a little bit happier with that lens flare. Now what we're going to do, right? We are going to create a new layer, grab my rectangular marquee tool. So grab our rectangular marquee tool. What you might want to do for this bit is just zoom in. So press command plus on the keyboard just to zoom in a little bit, right? And let's just create a rectangle, and then this rectangle I'm just going to drag over the top of my lens flare, okay? And then I'm going to fill it black with black, right? Fill it with black, press command D on the keyboard to deselect, and then select a new layer. I'm going to grab my rectangle marquee tool again, and create another rectangle and drag it inside the black rectangle, but this time color it white. Okay, now press command D again to deselect, grab my two rectangle layers, right click, so I like them both, right click and merge layers, and then drag the Gaussian blur onto that merged layer. Now the Gaussian blur on this, you want it just so you can just see the lens flare through it, okay? And click OK. I've got it on 2.7. So yeah. And now what we want to do is colour dodge again on that layer, and we get a nice light. Okay, so now we can zoom in, Command minus on our keyboard, and there you go. Really, really simple lens flare. So what we can do on this layer again, we can duplicate this layer, and we can move it up just a tiny bit. So we've got like a double, or move it down. Let's have a look at what it looks like moved down. That looks quite effective. Moved down and to the right slightly, and just drag the opacity down a little bit on that. So yeah, looks quite effective. There you go, creating simple lens flares in Pixelmator. Hope this helps you out. Thanks a lot for watching. Let me render that out and or export that, and just see what it looks like. There we go. Nice little lens flare created by us in Pixelmator. Thanks a lot for watching. Catch you all later.